This is a very interesting storage mode. Which one? The composite or dual storage mode. It is also called as a dual or the composite storage mode. It is a combination or the hybrid of both direct as well as the import mode. What do you mean by the combination of import as well as direct query mode? I will first explain the concept and then I will show you in Power BI Desktop. All tables connected to both import as well as direct query mode should be set as dual storage mode. Very simple one. For me, it is simple, but for you, it is difficult to understand. For example, you just look here. This is my sales fact table. This table have 100 million records in it. It's very interesting one. Concentrate here, okay? And next one is I have another sales fact table, but it is an aggregated fact table. Sales aggregated fact table. Okay, but this table have let's 2M or something like that. Okay, 2M data in it. So this aggregated fact table or weekly, I'll just say weekly sales aggregated fact table. So what we are doing in this case is this is available in my SQL server. What we are doing is in this case, how we design the table in this case is the strategy here is every week we do the aggregation of this sales fact table. Okay, weekly aggregation. And then we load the aggregated data here. So what is the, let's say we want to see the total sales and total profit by week, by category, by subcategory, or by product and all. Okay, and then we load the aggregated value. Everything is aggregated. Sum of sales, sum of everything. Here it is not. It's not sum, right? Every minute, every second, whatever the order you received from your customer, that gets stored here. It will have the detailed transactions in it. Every minute, every hour transaction data will get stored here. But whereas here, we don't need the detailed record. For analytics purpose, most of the cases, the managers or the executives, they need only the aggregated data. What is aggregation? Summarized data, sum of sales, average sales, minimum sales, maximum sales. These are the aggregation related functions. Let us assume that in our case, the management wants to see weekly report. They want to see the weekly report every week. Beginning, they want to see the report. In that case, what we are doing is every Monday, what we are doing is we are going to query this table on a daily basis. Let's assume that the data, or let's we are importing this table every Sunday here, and we are upgrading the data. Sorry, we are performing aggregation. Select sum of sales, sum of profit from sales fact table, group by week, comma, and something like where week equal to week 1, something like that. Okay, and then you load the aggregated data for that specific week. That volume is just 2 million only. In that case, since the volume is less, you can use the import mode. Anything locally available, the performance will be faster, and at the same time, the volume of data is not as high as this one. So this is import mode. Since this table is the volume of the data is very, so not all the time we need summary data, right? We need the transaction data also. So here what we need this table also. This table, if I want to use it in my report, I have to use the direct query mode because the volume of the data is very huge. But this table, the source is this one, but this table will have only weekly data in it. Weekly data will be just 2 million only, right? But this one, 100 million is, you just assume that 3 years data. So weekly data just 2 million only is there. Okay, you just think that way. Aggregated data here. Everything is total sales by region, total sales, total profit by region, something like that. Okay, fine. So since the volume of data is less, and we use the import mode, and it will hold the aggregated data. It doesn't require daily data refresh. Okay. But this table, every minute, every second, every hour, the orders will get loaded into this one. Okay. Hence, you have to use a direct query mode only, but the volume of the data is also very high, and it gets changed frequently. the sales fact table. Whereas here it is not. Once you aggregate the total sales per week, you are gone. You are finished, right? Last week data you aggregated. It's in a Monday through Sunday. You aggregated the data and then you loaded it here. Okay, fine. So you are using import mode. And in between, this table is direct query mode, and this table we use import mode. All table connected to import table and direct query mode. So with the direct and import mode, I'm going to use the customer dimension table. Customer dimension table. Dim customer means customer dimension table. You wanted to see the purchase, total purchase made by customer, potential customer, top 10 customers, sales performance. Weekly, top 10 sales performance by customer, you want to see it, right? In that case, if you join these two tables, that is enough. Because in this table, you have the customer name is available. But this is a fact table. The fact table will not have the customer table. Instead, you have the CID, customer ID. Here, you will have the customer ID, CID and CID. What is the common column between these two tables? CID and CID. Hence, we create the link between these two columns. Okay. This is called relationship. At an high level, you just don't ask me in detail, you will get confused. Okay. So here, let's CID for a specific invoice, or not specific invoice. For example, in this case, aggregate data, right? For example, North region. In the North region, in the North region, specific customer, customer John. Last week, how much amount he spent. All the transaction put together last week, John spent in the North region, let's say, 100K, let's say 10K dollar. But here, John, he will not be there. John's customer ID is, let's say, J01, and John will be there here. Okay, here, customer ID only will be there, CID, the J01 will be there. Okay, if I say 100K purchase made by J01 last week, will you be able to understand? You will not be able to understand. What the hell J01? In that case, we need to join these two tables to get the customer name. CID and C name is the CID is J01, C name is John. That is where you need the relationship between the tables. In the case of Power BI, you have to create the relationship between the tables. Otherwise, it will not show the accurate result. Okay, you have created the relationship between customer dimension table and sales aggregated fact table. Fine. And when you combine the CID table with this, CID column with this CID table column, right? In this table, you will get the associated customer name. John got it. So John purchased on 10K last week in the North region. Your report can show something like that. Okay, in this case, you wanted to know the aggregated, sales or purchase amount or purchase made by each customer, aggregated, not daily transaction. Yesterday, Monday, how much he purchased, how much money spent John, Tuesday, how much. We don't want the detail level. We wanted to know the total amount spent by John, Chris, and Stephen, and so on. Okay. So in that case, this table already got aggregated value. You join these two tables and you get the customer name here, John, and the amount spent by him is this one. So to get these two columns from two different tables, you need to join the tables. In this case, if I use import, listen very carefully. This is import. If I use the import connectivity mode for the customer dimension table, since this table I have used import connectivity mode, and this table also already we have used import connectivity mode. If you join it, since both the tables data are available locally, the performance will be faster. Your report, let's you have a report 2. In this report, you are creating a chart. Since you are joining these two tables data which are available locally, this chart will get refreshed pretty fast. Okay, I have another reporting requirement by another manager. What he says is, I want to see the daily sales performance. In this case, the daily sales data available here, but here only weekly sales available. Everything is summarized. In this case, you need to join these two tables. This is your daily sales performance. You have this chart, something like this. And here you have the sales amount, sales, and here let's say you have something like, customer. Okay, how much each customer is buying it on a daily basis. But in this case, what happens is you need to join these two tables. But if you join these two tables, this table, yeah, you have imported it locally, but whereas this table, you are querying it directly in the source system. There will be some kind of, out of sync kind of thing. Okay, because you have imported the data on, let's May 1st, and you are on May 3rd. But in between May 1st and May 3rd, some new customers came in. In the source system SQL Server, the same customer table got loaded with new customer. Let's new customer Stephen. He came in, he's a new customer for us. May 2nd, he raised an invoice. But this detail is not available in this table because we imported this table on May 1st. But May 1st, Stephen did not buy anything. Hence, there is a kind of out of sync here, right? In this case, what will happen is a new customer Stephen is not available here, and you go and fetch only the sales column from this table, sales fact table. The customer, you are fetching it from this table. This table is import mode. You'll simply ignore the Stephen data. Hence, you need to convert direct query mode. If you need to join this table, both of them should be in direct query mode. But if you join these two tables, both of the tables should be in import mode. But we are in a pretty common, right? To create these two reports, we need to join these tables, and to create this report, we need to join these tables. Instead of using direct mode, use dual mode. In that case, in this report, whenever you join these tables, this table will automatically switch to direct query mode. In this report, since you have used these two tables, since this table is available locally in the import mode, this table will get switched to import mode automatically. A single table plays dual role. When you join with this, it will become, it's something like, maybe it's a stupid analogy. I just pause it for you to understand, right? Single table, dual role. You understood? That is what I mentioned. In this case, all tables connected to both import table and direct query mode table. So what is this one? The import table in our example, 1 second. In our example, sales aggregated weekly, sales aggregated fact table. And this is your sales fact table. Okay, should be said as all tables connected to this import and direct query mode tables. In this case, customer dimension table. This kind of scenario, you need to enable dual. If you wanted to use a table between, if you have to join a table with both with the direct query mode as well as import mode related tables, you need to make this table as a dual. It is as simple as that. Hope you can understand. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? Now you might be asking this question, how it gets switched. We don't have to worry about it. It is taken care automatically. That's the reason why they introduced something like dual mode. Raj Chandra says he is able to understand. Very good, Raj. And how about others? Are you able to understand? Yes, it's clear, right? Good. Fine. Okay, I'll just go to the Power BI desktop. Now I will show you how to switch a table from direct query mode to dual mode. Okay. For that, what I will do is I just close this one. I'm going to open another report file. Clear, right? Okay, good. Okay, Susmita, Pooja, and all of you are clear. Okay, Jamal also clear. Okay, fine. It opens up another file, fresh file. And here, what I will do is to demonstrate that I'm going to do it everything fresh. SQL Server. We'll use the SQL Server because in the SQL Server, both things is working, right? The direct query as well as direct query is possible here. Okay, and what I will do is I'll click on connect. I want the server name. I'm a lazy guy. I just go here Click on this, click on the database engine. Here already it is there. I just copy this. For that purpose, I came here. You don't have to, if you remember the server name, you don't have to go to the SQL server. Okay. Here I just specified the server name. Okay. I know very well in the demo DB database, the two tables are available. I'm going to use the import connectivity mode. I'm going to hit OK now. I have created the sales fact table. It is available. Good. All the aggregation fact table is also available there. Okay. I just close this report file that is not required. Only this one, let it be there. Here, what I do is in the import mode, I just. So in this case, sorry, what I do is disturbance here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the customer dimension table. So currently I connected to a demo DB, which is available in my SQL server. I'm going to click on the customer dimension table. Okay, better what I will do is I will select all the things, okay, all the tables in one go. All the tables I'm using import mode, okay. Usually the fact table should be in a direct query mode because this one will have huge volume of data. The aggregated tables, fact tables will not have huge data. Hence you can use the import mode. So now I'm going to, in the interest of time, I'm going to load all these three tables into import mode because once you import the data into your Power BI desktop model, you can convert it to direct query mode. Okay, I'm going to hit load button. Otherwise, what will happen is to load the sales fact table, again, I need to give the server name, all the things, and load the sales fact table in the second time. But don't do this mistake in the real-time scenario. Okay, don't use import mode for the fact table, the transaction fact table. This is the aggregated fact table. You can use it, but for that purpose, we need to go through the design document. The design document, they would have mentioned everything clearly. Table name, whatever the columns that are in each table, everything that are mentioned, and also the volume of the data also they would have mentioned it. Don't ever load the fact table in import mode. In the interest of time, for illustration purpose, I'm loading it in import mode. Okay, all the tables. Look here. I have the sales fact, customer dimension table. And this is the one is aggregated fact table. Like in our example, I have shown you the sales fact, aggregate fact table in import mode is good. Customer dimension table is import mode. Sales fact table, I'm going to switch the import mode of the sales fact table into direct query mode. How can I do that? Currently, we are in the model view. Here on the right side, you can see the properties pane. You click on the properties pane. And if you scroll down here, at the end, you will find something called advanced. You click on the advanced. And if you scroll down, you will find the storage mode. I'm going to switch the import mode of the sales fact table to direct query mode. This is one drawback with the direct query mode. I thought in the latest version this is possible, but I have to do it 2 times. Import tables, direct query mode, you can convert it to import mode. Okay, direct connecting mode. So I just remove this. I thought in the latest version it is possible, but logically what he does is correct. What I will do is I will just, so there is no way out, there is no escape. We have to connect it 2 times. This is my demo DB. This time I'm going to use the direct query mode because sales fact table, let's assume that fact table is having a huge volume of data. Hence, you need to load it separately. Hit load. I just go over here. And if you scroll towards the right side, you can see that on top of the table, you can see the blue color. That means the direct query mode. Okay. Now what I do is the common column between these tables, customer ID. Hence, I just drag and drop it. This is what your data model design. Okay. At a high level, common column between these two. You need to select this. By default, it will automatically identify the column because the column names are same, right? Look here, since the column names are same between these two tables, it highlights this in a gray color. That means it uses these two columns to create the link between the tables. Yes, there is a one-to-many relationship. I'll explain it later. Fine. And here, this is an import mode. It's a direct query mode. This one also import mode. But this table, we need to join with the other two tables. But of those two tables, one table is direct query mode, other one is import mode. This guy should play dual role. So now I just click on this. If I scroll down here, advanced, let's see if we can. Yes, in the import mode, you can switch it to the dual mode. No, even in this case, it is not possible. You need to load it in direct query mode only. See, both the sales fact table and customer dimension table also, you need to load it in the direct query mode, because to switch from direct query mode to dual mode, it is possible only with direct query mode. Now customer dimension also, I'm using direct connectivity mode, direct connection mode. Yes, Sushmita, you are correct. Our question is with direct query mode only, you can switch it to the either import mode or you can switch it to the dual mode. Yes, you are correct. Both the tables are in direct query mode, but this is import mode. Okay. But if I join these two tables, this one should play a import mode. When I join this one, it should play a direct query. But if I use a direct query mode, what will happen? If I join these tables, what will happen? This data is available locally. Just because to get the customer ID, it has to go to the SQL server unnecessarily. When you join these two tables, to get the first name of the customer, for example, first name, the sales amount. Okay, first name and sales amount, you need to display it in a report. Okay, when you join these tables, happen sales amount is available locally. To get the first name of the customer, you need to go. It has to go to the SQL server and pick up from there. It is a unnecessary roundabout way, right? Round trip. It has to go to the SQL server to get the first name. Instead, if the customer table available details available locally here, it need not to go to the SQL server every time, right? So what I do is, I'm going to convert this as a dual mode. If I click on dual, look here, settings is remote to dual, following implication, let it be there. Simply ignore that warning. Now on top of the table, we can see the dotted lines, which means this table got loaded with dual mode. If you see the line, solid blue line on top of it, it means a direct query mode. We don't see any, this import mode. Okay, fine. So now I'm going to create the relationship between these two tables, customer ID and customer ID. I just drag and drop the, you need to make sure that you are going to drag the customer ID column on and drop it on top of the customer ID column only. Similarly, this customer ID column, I'm going to drag and drop it on top of the customer ID column that is available in this table. This is called relationship. I'll explain it in later, don't worry. Okay, at this moment, you just remember there is something called relationship. Model is nothing but creating relationship between tables. Okay, fine. Now, if I go here, and then if I create two different reports, for example, report one, I'm going to have another report. For this report, I'm going to take the first name from this column and then sales amount from this table. Okay. Customer dimension table is in dual mode. I just drop the first name here. And then sales fact table. I just go and drop the sales amount. Okay, so Chris, Victor, Raj, Hemal. Okay, yes, I will increase the font size. Sushmita, wait. Okay, fine. So this time what I'm doing is I'm going to bring the same column, first name in the x-axis. Look here also the first name in the x-axis, here also first name in the x-axis. Both these columns are coming from customer dimension table, which is in dual mode. But the sales amount this time, I'm going to bring it from the aggregated fact table. If you go to the format thing and here you can specify the font size, everything in the format pane. Hope you all can see this one, right? Yes. Now, if you select this visual, so okay, so this is what behind the scene, this is what is happening. Okay. But what is the lessons learned here? You need to load the table. You need to switch a table from direct query to dual mode only when you load the table in the direct query mode. When you load the table in import query mode, from import, you can switch it to direct query or the dual mode. Okay, let me see dual. Yeah, so import tables cannot be converted to direct query. So direct query table you can convert to import or you can convert to dual mode. But the import table you cannot convert it to dual or direct query mode. Okay, this is the one you need to remember it. Now you understood what is dual composite mode. So this single table plays dual role. Okay, when you join these two tables, it uses the direct query mode. Sorry, it uses the direct query. Both the table are in direct query. Whereas if you combine these two tables, it plays an import mode. Okay, and if you want to take a deep dive, you can probably go to the view ribbon, and probably I will show you later point of performance analysis, something like that. And then I'm going to click on the start recording, and I'm going to refresh the visuals, both the visuals. Amount name and then dash query visual display, right? So what is your understanding here? Dash query, direct query. Look here, this visual we have used the direct query, right? For this visual we don't see any direct query here. That means the table, customer dimension table plays a dual role. When you join the customer dimension table with the importer table, the customer dimension table automatically becomes a, what is that? Import table, import connected mode. Okay. And when you, in this case, you can see that direct query, forget about other thing. Okay. Direct query, in this case, the customer dimension table becomes a direct query mode because you are joining that one with the direct query mode, which you use it for the sales fact table. This is the proof. This is how we can prove or we can understand, whether, these visuals, whether the customer dimension table plays a dual role or not. Don't ask me what is performance analyzer, what all things. With this, we can understand which visual takes more time. And for example, if specific visual takes longer time, it requires some kind of fine tuning. That and all, we'll see it later. Understood? Okay, this wraps up the dual composite mode. I'm not able to go to the demo of dual mode. It's not able to go to the. Yeah, you can just yes, definitely. All the videos will get uploaded. Don't worry. But give me some time because tonight I'm traveling. Tomorrow by noon, everything will be ready. Okay.